Welcome back, everybody, to our birthday special for Tim Curry, in which we're going to play a couple of Sega Game Gear games. We're going to start with Jeopardy. Let's see how it goes.
Jeopardy!
Taking on James today. Categories are starts with the letter J, Dorfman's, Wedded Ways, World War II, Travel and Tourism, and 1945. 1945 100.
The answer is
American Legion officials ruled these members of Canine Corps couldn't join. What are dogs?
yes.
1945 200.
The answer is
They signed Jackie Robinson as a shortstop. For the Brooklyn Dodgers.
yes.
1945 300.
The answer is
Clement Attlee defeated him for Prime Minister. Who was Winston Churchill?
yes.
1945 400.
The answer is
Britain's 19-year-old Princess Elizabeth chose him as her favorite crooner. Oh, Bing Crosby. Okay. 1945 1000.
the answer is
Alger Hiss was Secretary General of the San Francisco Conference to set up this international organization. The United Nations. I was thinking that.
you are right.
Starts with J. Alright.
The answer is
The first Mrs. Bonaparte. Who is Josephine?
yes.
Starts with J for 2.
The answer is
A puzzle that people go to pieces over. What's a jigsaw?
correct.
Starts with J for 3.
The answer is
People say fine to crossing a street this way. What is jaywalking?
Yes.
For 400, please. I'll bet it all.
The answer is
The only J in the Pledge of Allegiance. What is justice?
correct.
Start the J for 500.
The answer is
Field event in Olympian throws. What's a javelin?
correct.
Dorfman's 100.
The answer is
In this ABC sitcom, teachers at Fillmore High include Mr. Moore and Mr. Dorfman. What is head of the class? Or what is head of the class?
you are right. The answer is
Slain near Chicago in 1983, Alan Dorfman made millions from this union's pension funds. The Teamsters, I was thinking them.
correct. The answer is
Mr. Dorfman was the mailman for the Mitchells and Wilsons in this early 60s sitcom. What is Dennis the Menace?
correct. The answer is
Best-selling South American author Ariel Dorfman was exiled from this country following the violent 1973 coup. What is Chile?
correct.
Dorfman's 500.
The answer is
He was New York Magazine's financial columnist and a CNN commentator, then went to USA Today. Dan Dorfman. Alright. Travel and tourism for 100.
the answer is
Although this Roman arena could hold 50,000, it's not on the Jackson Tour. What is the Coliseum?
yes.
Travel and tourism for 200.
The answer is
The date just west of this is one day later than the date just east. What is the international date line?
Yes.
Travel and tourism 300.
The answer is
Big Ben isn't the clock or the tower, but this in the tower. What's the bell?
correct.
Travel and tourism for 400.
The answer is
Official endorsement to show validity of a passport or a major credit card. What is Visa?
yes. The answer is
Name of the currency of Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, and Andorra. What is the franc?
yes.
When it weighs 100.
The answer is
Just as a polygamist has many wives, a polyandrous has many these. What are many husbands?
correct.
When it weighs for 2.
The answer is
This collar is one of 4 somethings a bride should wear. What is blue?
yes. The answer is
After tossing the bouquet to the bachelor girls, the bride might toss this to the bachelors. What is her garter?
you are right. The answer is
If you marry in haste, what you might do at leisure. What is repent?
yes.
What did waste for 500?
The answer is
Traditional gift for a 60th wedding anniversary. What is a diamond?
correct. The answer is
He had nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. Who is Winston Churchill?
correct. The answer is
The last German offensive of the war. Dieters were still fighting it. What is the Battle of the Bulge?
Yes. The answer is.
This country's plans were euphemistically called Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere. What is Japan?
Correct? The answer is.
Developer of Nazi V-2 rockets which fell in London. He later worked for the U.S. Werner von Braun.
You are right. The answer is.
Implicated in the plot against Hitler, this desert fox committed suicide. Field Marshal Erwin Rommel.
You are right.
Double Jeopardy time. Water for 200.
The answer is.
Water's solid form. What is ice?
Yes.
Water for 400.
The answer is.
Where 97% of all Earth's water is located. What are the oceans?
Yes.
Water for 600.
The answer is.
Named for a region of France, it's any deep water well. What is an artesian well?
Yes. The answer is.
They sang cool water. Who are the sons of the pioneers?
You are right.
And water for 1,000.
The answer is.
Freezing, distillation, and electrodialysis are 3 types of this process. What is desalination?
You are right.
Okay, ran the category. $10,300 in cash. Cats, fashion. Cats are for 200.
The answer is
On cats, they're retractable. On dogs, they're not. What are claws?
correct.
Cats for 400.
The answer is
Country that once mummified cats with their masters. What is Egypt?
yes. The answer is
Breed of long-haired cat or an ancient Iranian. What's a Persian?
you are right. The answer is
These beavers say help a cat feel his way in the dark. What are whiskers?
yes. The answer is
Feline Fury played by Jane Fonda in 1965 flick. What is Cat Baloo?
yes.
Right.
The answer is
A type of skin-tight slacks are named for this Italian isle. What is Capri?
you are right. The answer is
Men and women dressed alike in this style started in the 70s. Unisex.
correct. The answer is
Levi reinforced jeans with these so heavy gold nuggets wouldn't tear the pockets. Rivets. Rivets.
you are right. The answer is
Men's shoe toppers attached by straps. What are spats?
you are right.
Fashion 1000.
The answer is
Women wear their slave bracelets here. What is on their ankle?
Yes. The answer is.
What you should never cry. What is wolf?
Yes. The answer is.
Follows on, under, or ready aim. What is fire?
Yes.
4-letter words for 600.
The answer is.
The state of old Mother Hubbard's cupboard. What is bare?
Yes. The answer is.
50%. What is half?
Yes. The answer is.
You could do it to a curfew or a ballerina. What is lift?
Correct.
Lakes and rivers for 200.
The answer is.
The Aswan Dam prevents this river's annual flooding. What is the Nile?
Correct. The answer is.
Colorful River, that's the title of a John Wayne film. What is Red River?
Yes.
Lakes and rivers for 6.
The answer is.
River the Indians called the father of the waters. The father of waters. What is the Mississippi?
Correct.
All right. Let's do 22,200.
The answer is.
New York Lake said to resemble parts of a hand. What are the Finger Lakes?
Yes. The answer is.
It's the largest lake remaining from prehistoric Lake Bonneville. What is the Great Salt Lake?
answer is.
Film and TV cameras were allowed for the first time at this president's news conference. Who is Dwight Eisenhower?
Yes. The answer is.
This character's merchandising included soap and bites, as well as coonskin caps. Who is Davy Crockett?
Yes. The answer is.
Words that came to prominence in 1955 describing ads sent to occupant. What is junk mail?
Yes. The answer is.
On February 24th, 1955, he was inaugurated President of Cuba. Who is Fulgencio Batista?
Correct.
Last clue.
The answer is.
In September, America lost its fourth television network. What is Dumont?
Yes.
$64,000 to James' $2,600. Final Jeopardy. I'm wagering nothing at all.
The answer is.
First vice president to become president, not immediately following president he went to serve under. I'll just say who is Lyndon Johnson, but I really don't know.
The answer is.
Richard Nixon. It doesn't matter because I still win with $64,000. I'll see you all for another game.